Susan was here. She was dedicated to Roncalli, and she was dedicated to her students. I think her students felt safe with her, and they felt seen by her, and that's what she wanted. And she very much was the face of Christ to them.
She loved what she did, and the light of Christ shone through her in what she did. And that in itself, I think, says that she was living the life that John the 23rd wanted her to be. You know, when I think of those traits, Susan has those traits, all 7 of them.
So I think when you think of Roncalli and the individuals who graduate from here and what your hopes would be for them in the future, I think you would hope that they would embody the values that they learned at Roncalli, and I think that Susan definitely does that.
Roncalli was important to her. She made it part of her life.
While she was here for those 15 years, she gave everything of who she was. She wore her Roncalli colors proudly.
I loved it here. I loved the faith aspect. I loved praying with my students. I was the Spell Bowl coach. I was sophomore class moderator for student council. I got very involved in campus ministry with the senior retreats and Appalachia program. I took tickets at every freshman sporting event there was to get a little extra cash.
I think initially her why was education, that she wanted to open up the literary world to her students. She was an educator at heart.
And then she understood the importance of not just the kids are in front of you for 45 minutes and then they walk out the door and it's another group of kids and they walk out the door. It was after school, I'm going to do this so that I can see that student that was in front of me in a different light, or support that student, or let them know, and that I see them for somebody other than just the student that's in front of me.
And I wanted to show them that I cared about them and that they were more important to me than just whether they can write a thesis statement or answer a question about the chapter that they were supposed to read.
She's not a graduate from here, but she is a Roncalli Royal, and when she was here, she was all in. And I think that's what made it difficult for her to change her vocation.
When I asked her to become our development director, I was asking her to sacrifice something that she really loved for something that the community needed her to do. And she willingly, because of the vow of obedience, said yes. But I could tell that it was then, and it has continued to be a sacrifice.
And ultimately, even though this place really made me who I am and really created my desire for a vocation, I knew that I would be an even better person if I made that decision to enter the monastery.
This recognition is warranted because she did move through here in a way that made a difference for kids, for those of us who work with her. And she embodies the kind of people, teachers, students, graduates, that we want to say are Roncalli Royals. Like, that's what we want. That's who walks out of here, people like Sister Susan.
Sister Susan, we've come a long way since that first interview where I turned you down for a job, but so glad that the Holy Spirit connected us. Congratulations on being a 2024 honorary alum, and now welcome to the Roncalli family.